try your best, but you don't succeed. When you don't hit a bet the whole fucking week. When you feel so tired that you can't sleep. Could it be worse? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to About Even.
Oh, God.
Number one sports betting show on the planet. Brought to you by good friends at Ned's. Shout out to Ned's. We do love Ned's. They're a great sponsor of the show. If you are going to have a bet, do it with Ned's. Do it responsibly. Don't take my general disposition here as any indication that a man hasn't punted responsibly. Just a man that punts poorly. Joined as always by good friends, Seb and Eddie, Rando over there. How are we doing?
Mate, not too bad. Not too bad. Bit better than you.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we had a all tough week, but
Tough
a nice,
week.
Relaxing Easter weekend. Bit of good footy, but, we all got a couple of bets, except for someone.
What's going on, mate?
Mate, I don't know.
You don't know. You're out of answers?
Look,
Out of solutions?
Look, this week, this is my last. I had like a plan coming into this week. I threw that plan out the door when I got in. This is my last week before I go to my emergency, like break the glass in case of emergency plan, which I'm not revealing right now. But
Oh, you're not going there yet?
I'm not revealing my emergency break the glass plan.
Can I guess what your emergency break the glass plan is? Just like lines every week for every game.
No, it's not that.
Just head
Trust me, it's way more emergency than that, bro.
Well, I mean, Wallace has proven that if you do that tactic, you're not
Mate,
gonna
Wallace
lose
went
money.
pretty well.
Wallace came second. I only beat him because I got a boots.
Yeah, well, did Wallace beat me?
Yeah, Wallace came second.
Wallace beat all of us, didn't he?
Except me.
Except you,
Seb.
because you got a butts. And I mean,
Wallace can punt, though.
yeah, Wallace can punt. Like as far as dogs go, he can punt. I will say this:
What are you going to say?
I think that whilst I am, in the doldrums, one man, and I think we just get into accountability. But I want to start with this one first. One man let the whole team down on the weekend.
He set us up poorly.
He let the whole team down on the weekend.
Thursday night. What happened on
10 into
Thursday night?
10,000. We were going for fucking number 7, and one person on this panel went for, what was clearly a fucking awful bet.
Tupo.
Okay, but I'd missed that bet. But two of the other three also didn't.
No. That's not how it works.
No, that is exactly
no,
how it
it's not.
works.
No,
Because
it's
if I
not.
got that,
you
then
didn't
you
get
would
it, so
have.
it's
We
set
wouldn't
up
have got the
everything
other
else
ones.
happened off the back of
No. You don't you clearly don't understand how interwoven punting is. If that
I
gets
do.
up,
I do.
if
I'm
that
the only one
gets
in the
up,
positive, so I do
well,
understand
then
No,
you
but
should
you
know.
don't.
Well, then you should know what
you
you're
should
talking
know
about.
better. You should know better then, because much like Eddie, and you're going to be able to give a little bit more information here, but the way that mushrooms and fungi are all interconnected underneath the soil, so too is punting. And if Tupo doesn't get up, Saturday, Sunday, all those games hear about it.
Exactly. It's
they
like
fucking act accordingly.
it's like fungi. It's like trees talking to each other.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like are you aware, Seb, of the concept of trees sharing energy?
Yes, they
Okay.
I've read the book.
Well,
I've
bets
read the
do it
book.
as well.
So bets share energy.
Okay. Well,
And once
I
you
can
rip
agree
the
on that.
heart and the soul out of our 10 into 10,000, clearly the others died too.
Okay.
Except my one.
Okay, I can accept that, but you also have to accept that if bets share energy, punters also share energy, and you calling a fucking mutiny on me rather than getting around and supporting each other, we're never going to get there.
We were supporting you on the night because we had no option, right? You had to support. We had to support. But we both privately, personally, quietly, in our darkest, quietest moments were like, ugh.
There it is. That's why it failed right there. So you had these guys before kickoff, personally, quietly, in the dark moments going, I don't think it's going to hit. They're not believing in me. They're not believing in the bet. That is the bad energy in the fungal network that caused the whole thing to fail. So don't
Incorrect.
fucking look at me.
Incorrect.
Look at your own private
Incorrect.
conversation. That's what happened.
No, it wasn't a private conversation.
We didn't
never
actually
had a
talk
private
about it.
conversation.
We didn't actually talk about it.
No, I mean, like, personally, individually, in myself, I'm like, shit.
But it wasn't voiced. I wouldn't
No.
dare voice that.
You don't voice it.
Okay. punters.
You don't voice it.
I might pick Tupou, but if these guys aren't voicing, they're telepathically communicating, not feeling the bet and going, "Oh, Sebo, what do you think's going to happen?"
Telepathically, we don't, dude. Don't be stupid.
But hang on, you didn't even like your own bet
Because I had to pick it between the Roosters and Storm game.
You were like, "Oh, this game's
so out of 34 players, lines, totals, margins, half times, full times, you couldn't find anything to believe in.
It was tough in that game, and as you'll see,
that's starting us off on the bad foot. Not me.
No, well, I'll put it
thinking
to the committee. I'll put it to the committee. If we are faced again with 5 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 games of rugby league, and someone's boxed into the Thursday game, arguably the toughest game to get a try scorer, maybe they can shift it to the Monday or something.
We could have done that.
Could have done lines.
Yeah, we're learning. So I just think that
does fungi learn?
Yes.
So we're learning much like fungi learns.
Much like fungi.
Dave, could you do a dejected punter a favour and get me a bottle of water, please? That'd be great. Dehydrated. That was a little bit of accountability to kick things off, punters, dribblers, but I will just remind everyone that we've got all 8 games of rugby league that we're covering here today. Round 7, we've got Randos' Bet of the Week. Also Randos' Hot Boys, which is just his hot boys he thinks are going to score tries. Unit scoopers. Sorry.
Don't think Rando's getting out of accountability.
Don't you worry. Rando's going to get his fucking nuts ripped off.
Listen, we won't go off early.
No.
But know this. You're leaving a eunuch, bruh.
Rando's leaving here without testicles. Know that. The 10 and 10,000. Thank you, David. Unit scoopers. And the Lippy dribbler, Dale Jacobson. Dale, D-A-Y-L-E. So this kid played rugby league, or at least he comes from rugby league stock.
If he didn't play, his uncle played. And if his uncle didn't play, his dad played. If his dad didn't play, his sister played.
Sister played, mum played. Let's get into some accountability. Some real, honest accountability. No one hits as the Storm defeat the Roosters 28-8. I fucking had the Roosters. Now, it's really easy to sit here on a fucking Wednesday and play hindsight, but that's what I'm going to do. All the stats pointed to the Storm. I'm a fucking idiot. Roosters didn't win, so Elite didn't score. Eddie, you had Paulo. Sebo, you had unders.
Lippy closest, meaning into unders.
Yeah.
Didn't get a Tupou. Obviously, we've been over Tupou at length already on this show.
Yeah.
But that was that.
That was that. Rabbitohs defeat the Bunnies. Mate, to be honest, I was a Keon away from glory.
Keon didn't look likely, though. That's the thing.
I wasn't watching the game, so I couldn't really tell. But there were 2 salutes in this game.
Yep. I mean, we gave it whether it's a sign or an omen, but check the tapes, and we said 100% literal scores this week. Said that.
Yeah.
You can't have your prized heifers around the corner in your first Royal Sydney show and not get a fucking couple of meaties.
Yep.
It's
in
impossible. Your 150th game.
In your 150th game, your family's there, your friends are there, your fucking even the bloody Rose boys were out there, for God's sake.
Well, they're his managers. So
but I'm saying it was a
family
big
affair.
gathering.
Yeah. So he's always going to score there, and you can add in a couple of extra legs, but we said it, just add him in and do a few little things here and there. Tom got a little greedy.
I got greedy. I definitely got greedy. South Line and Campbell Graham.
But you are a greedy guts.
I'm a greedy guts, and trust me, I know that. I had a sandwich before we started.
As
here,
evidenced by the mortadella for
sick.
breakfast.
The mortadella sandwich, which is basically a pizza between bread, was
At 9
fucking way too much. I didn't want it, in my defense. It was all they had. I wanted a ham and cheese toasty.
Which is
fucking
still...
self-respect? Yeah, but it's not as bad. What self-respecting cafe runs out of ham and cheese toasties at 9 in the morning?
I tell you what pisses me off.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We might be surrounded by blokes like you. We get down there early when the fucking birds are chirping.
Yeah,
I get new age foods. I get that. But like a blat on Turkish bread, like you can only get that at like kiosks these days. You know what I mean? Like a beach kiosk, you can get a blat on Turkish. But remember that, it was staple brekkie.
You basically have to travel back in time to get a blat on Turkish, where it's like, oh, here's a store that hasn't been like painted for 60 years.
Yeah.
Well, and they're still using like the same grill their great grandfather used.
Yeah,
like, that's the only place you can find decent food.
Well, I'd take it a step further, Tom, and suggest that Turkish bread has seen a significant decline in popularity generally.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for Turkish people sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? This bread's still elite.
Yeah, what
it
did
still
it do?
stacks the fuck up. It's not like brioche, which should never have been there.
Whoever invented brioche, it's like, obviously they're like...
tried at The Hague.
Well, who invented the atom bomb, right? Like, assume that the rest of their like lineage is like, wow, we're related to someone who's responsible for like awful atrocities. It's sort of similar, not exactly the
Oppenheimer, brioche.
Brioche. Can you please, Dave, look up who invented brioche? Now, obviously, it might be an entire race or like culture, but prepare.
Well, it would have been one person. The buck stops with one man or woman.
Man or woman.
I think the Turkish bread is absolutely slept on. It's fucking terrific. I had it on the weekend.
It should be slept on.
No, but it is
It's
at the
crazy,
moment. It is at the moment. You can't go in and get a blat on brioche. I mean, on fucking hell.
You'd be able to find
on
a blat on
Turkish
brioche filled with like grapes and pews.
Even
You're like,
if
can I just get something simple here?
Well, house-made relish. No, I just want the blat.
No, I just want the blat. Stop putting some weird fucking... Stop imposing your weird shit on me and just give me something simple.
Even if you go to a cafe and say, can I have some butter and some Vegemite on Turkish bread, that's fucking life-changing right there.
Yeah, well, they're probably like, excuse me? You want what?
Not to throw random stats in there, but social conversations about Turkish bread have declined by 50.64% over the past year.
Past year.
Wow.
Past year.
Bring back Turkish
I don't know
bread.
who the hell's
There'd be
measuring
like
this, but
9-10-year-old
that's it.
dribblers
That's
who've
a stat.
never
Heard
had
of Turkish
Turkish bread as like regular part of their breakfast.
What a sad, fucked up world we live in.
0.04% of restaurants offer Turkish bread on their menus.
Is there any Turkish players in the NRL?
0.04.
Find us some
Not too
Turkish
sure.
NRL
Find us some
players.
Turkish players. I'm putting a Turkish multi on this one.
Yeah, dude. Turkish multi.
Fucking believe that.
If we've got any Turkish
Well,
players, obviously.
I think there was, surely there's some.
Surely there's some with just lineage.
Now, Rabbitohs, we've got that. So
Yeah,
I
we
hit
do.
$5. Sebo hit $3.58. Tom got a greedy guts because he loves mortadellas at 9 a.m. And
Not fair, but true.
Lippy missed the Fox, who went off injured. 8 weeks, they're saying.
Yeah, that's tough. That's because, of course, stadium's a pile of shit and their surface isn't up to code. Now, Dolphins defeat the Cowboys. No one saw this coming, but what we did because we were smart, hold on, what we did because we were smart was remove results from this game, and also off the back of some very fervent stats from our resident random stats guy, we threw in a Ewan Aitken with a Scotty drink. Now, Rando, you fucked this, mate.
No, I didn't, because I've got out the version history of your original bets, and you had Hicko, ATS, and unders. It went overs, and Hicko didn't score.
Right, changed
our friend over there, Eddie, Drinkwater and Dearden, neither of them scored, and Sebo had Scotty Drink and Isako. So Isako did score, but no Scotty Drink. So fuck you guys.
Yeah, right. But you told us that Ewan was going to score, and so we changed them because of the advice that you gave us, and none of that happened.
I hate to say it, but Aitken is such a random stats guy bet at the moment, and I'm never touching it again.
No.
You got to try it. You got to test it out.
As much as I like shitting on Rando, which I obviously enjoy, I need to put my hand up here and be honest with myself. Like, if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, the conversation goes like this. Edward Lloyd Simpson, on what fucking planet, under what circumstances don't you put your boy Hammer in?
Yeah.
Like,
and Isako.
what are we talking about? Or I come on this show every week and I go, Hammer fucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
He fucks and he fucks and he fucks.
And he fucks again.
And he fucks again. He's a reloader,
He's a
baby.
fucker.
He's a fucker. He can get off 10 shots a night. And I think to myself, why doesn't he go in against the Cowboys, who you've said all season you hate and you don't think they're going to make the 8? I've been saying these things.
And he's a former player.
And Asako sit over on the wing going, I score every week too, bro. I score doubles and shit. That's the bet. That would have been I don't know why that wasn't my bet.
No,
I looked
we're
at
dumb.
Dearden. I was watching the game going, what the fuck am I on Dearden for? What am I on Dearden for? He smells, no offense, but you know what I mean. Anyway, piss me off.
No, it's true.
I just need to get that off my
No, it's
No,
fair.
I think that's how everyone's feeling about the Cowboys and people who punt on the Cowboys. Like, we've all been tricked because this was the Cowboys for like 3 years, except for last year.
that's it. We had
This
1
was
year.
them. There's a boring, slow team that's hard to punt on. And then we all got tricked last year thinking that, they're this top 2 team.
We got tricked.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are a boyfriend who doesn't treat you right, and then they tell you they're going to change, and they do for like a week. And then you think that, this is all good. He actually really loves me. And then he goes back to his same
toxic.
old ways.
Toxic.
And you go, fuck me.
Toxic.
I was hoodwinked by this. I need to leave this boy. Or
Toxic.
girl.
They're
Doesn't
toxic.
just have to be a boy. They're toxic.
They're toxic.
But fuck you, Rando, because you made me bet on you and Aiken, which I've never done in my life.
I've never done that either.
Never done it in my life.
You know, the moment all
my
three of you
God.
did it, I knew it wasn't going to come off.
I've never bet on you and Aiken in my life, and I never will again. That's not Ewan's fault. That's a Rando fucking mistake there. We move on to the Panthers defeating the Seagulls. Now, this one didn't go like I'd expected. We didn't. I think there was one leg the entire round, the entire match, and that was Sebo getting Cleary.
Yeah, look, they scored like 40. How many?
44 points.
And like it was basically all Dylan Edwards. Like none of the outside backs really got any action. Maybe Tyler did.
So Targo didn't score.
Well, I got that Panthers line there actually.
He didn't. Tungo did.
Yeah, you did get the line. Sebo got
Poor
two
old
legs.
Taruva was sitting on the wing begging for the footy, and Tungo's like, nah, I'm going to run it every single play.
Yeah, well, because Tango's like, okay, here we go. I'm up against Morgan Harper, who historically has been not great in defence, but I think I only missed one tackle on the weekend. And he had meat on the brain. He fucked a lot of people there, did Tango, but you got meat on the brain, What are you going to do?
And Eddie, if you don't mind changing that into, I got that Penrith line because it might affect my leg percentage.
Good point, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just move on from that game. There's nothing really to see there. Did Hosking score?
No.
Okay. Raiders defeat the Broncos again. One that fucks us all. Do I wrangle a Stags? Does Seb wrangle a Stags? No. Does Eddie wrangle a Stags? No one wrangles a Stags.
I mean, we all knew this was coming for the Broncos. And
also, Eddie, I thought Ricky scored, buddy.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did. But we all knew this was coming
job.
for the Broncos. I tried to pick it with the Tigers last week. We're like, obviously hindsight, but as soon as you're so confident the Broncos are going to put 40 on them, something like this is going to happen.
Yep.
So I still probably would have taken my try scorers, but maybe had a Canberra in there as well.
Just to defend myself, I did point you guys towards the plus 14.5 line as well.
You said, though, that the Raiders have the worst record at Suncorp of any side.
But I said they haven't lost by 13 plus since 2014.
Well, I didn't do 13 plus, Rando. Fuck. I tell you what I didn't do either. It's like Jared Croker was picked. Why don't I think about Jared Croker being picked? A defensive centre, back, aging warhorse, marking up on Stags. This ain't the time to go wrangle a Stags.
Yeah.
It wasn't Stag season, dude.
Listen,
Fucking idiot.
yeah, again, hindsight allows us all to be incredible punters.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you, if we rewound and we were said to each other, "Oh, Croker's in," you'd probably go, "Yeah, but he hasn't fucking played all week."
Yeah, I probably would have
fucking
doubled
old, and
I
he'll
might
get
have
run
said,
over
I might
the
have said Walsh for a hat trick, Stags for a hattie.
Yeah.
You probably would have exactly. It would have been more tries going
Yeah.
if you'd noticed that. So
Eddie and I are thinking though, and obviously we'll cut you in as well, Sebo Rando, starting our own betting agency. No offense to Neds, we do love you, but it's going to be called Hindsight 2020 Bet, where you can just put bets on after the fact.
Good.
but only the founders can.
Only we can, everyone else can't, but we can. So just something to think about there, Neds. We're coming for you. Titans Dragons. What a game that just I couldn't have given a fuck about. No disrespect to any of the teams. I didn't hit a leg.
Yeah, mate.
No one hit a leg.
Any Dragons game, no matter who their opponent is, it's like the Bermuda Triangle of betting. Like, it's just always impossible.
it is.
Like, it's just fucking,
just
like,
don't
what are you
bother.
meant to do? Like,
Well, yeah.
like, come on.
I stupidly picked Dragons to win. Now, DMC does not win this game. They do not win this game.
But no, not this game.
No, they don't. Again, it's hindsight 2020 bet, but like, they just don't.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. Yeah, fuck that game. Why don't you
On
talk
we
about the
go.
Dragons more? You don't want us to. Trust
On
me.
we go. All pretty grim so far.
Knights defeat the Warriors.
Which no one saw coming.
Sebo,
I know, this-
very close there with your wingers.
Yeah, the three of them had scored, and there was still like at least maybe 30 minutes to play or something. So I had a bit of time for Montoya to crash over. And I was like, is this really going to happen? But look,
No,
I'll just take it as not a win for the bet, but just like...
Well, you can't take it as a win for the bet.
But like my punting senses are there. I'm like, if there's going to be a game where all the wingers score, this is it. I got 3 out of 4. Look, I didn't get the bet, but it's about awakening certain senses, opening up your palate for what could happen in games, and so I'll take that as a win.
Your palate.
Yep.
So you're getting a taste for the winger bet.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Eels defeat the Tigers 28-22. I didn't get a leg. Am I shocked? No, I'm not. It's what happens. But Sebo, again?
That
Sebo?
first, second, third mark, it's not.
Well, listen,
I don't like it.
I do like it sometimes. I've had no luck with it this year. None. Zero.
So how do you like it?
Because I generally like the vibe of it, and it can be a good one where you have to.
So you just even though it never comes off.
Yeah,
for you,
but
you
no,
like
if
it?
you've got
a
would have
team
been
that's
$2 or something. Like it's good if you got a big outside forward who's paying like normally $40. Your first, second, or third gets him to like $16 or $12. But your Sevo one, he probably would have been paying $2.20 or something.
Yeah. See, look, I can't remember
Not
what it
the
is.
right
I
man
think,
to do it.
I think sometimes if you're going on a team that's like definitely going to hump, right? It's like if you've got a Penrith v fucking, I don't know, Tigers, where you assume there's a humping afoot. And you want to go for a, like, you know, you've got a someone who's just short as fuck. Or, so, you know, like you can you can put someone else in there in a guaranteed humping where there's a chance it's going to happen. I thought that was what was going to happen here, and it didn't.
The thing is, though, if it's a humping, right, there's lots of tries, and so
It could come
they
from
can
anywhere.
come from anywhere.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It's
But you're actually better off in a tight game getting the guys in there that always score.
You know what? That's also probably
I
true
mean, my
as well.
philosophy of
Do
humping
you know what I mean?
I do know what
get
you
your
mean.
$3 and get out of there. Everyone tries to go, oh, it's a humping, so I'll pick 7 try scorers. It's like, how often does that come off? It's like, if it's a humping, just get a couple guys.
Yeah, look how
collect your
aggressive my bet
$3-something
was.
and just get the fuck out.
Sevo 1, 2, or 3,
'cause it-
Lane and Brown.
It makes
Like,
it way
fucking
more likely.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Tom.
It's a good point.
$28, you fucking idiot.
Lippy hit Sebo Gutho Penasini. Sebo hit Sebo Gutho. Short, $2.95, but I get.
Well, you take what you
I'm
take.
making
it, right?
that, you know,
You take it.
plus money.
UFC, Burns on points, Eddie 250, and then none of us got the main event.
That was basically.
It was
All
fucking,
she wrote.
It was amazing. But again, round 2 title fight. I should have done it. Should have listened to my fucking theories, but I don't because I'm an idiot. We move on to the golf, Sebo.
Cam Smith. I mean, let's start with Rory. Didn't even make the cut.
No.
Dog shit. Are we shocked? The moment I was on him, it was his cards were marked.
Yeah.
Rory, the second or first favourite, didn't even make the cut. Then Cam Smith, look, he was in and around there, but just didn't really do much. I mean, it was he got the tough side of the draw, you know, always playing in the wind and stuff. And I can't remember what he came at, maybe T30 or something.
32nd, I think.
Yeah, and Sung Jae got a T20 for Lippy. It's annoying because I did want to take Spieth because I saw some kind of patternry stuff ages ago. But anyway, moving on.
Oh, wow. That sounds like someone making excuses well after the fact.
Yeah, it isn't.
Okay,
no, I'm just
cool.
annoyed.
Oh,
I'm
right.
annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
annoyed.
did. I wanted to take fucking Rahm
I actually wanted Rahm as well, which
Yeah.
is annoying.
Yeah.
and
Fair
Philly
enough.
Nicks and Brooks.
Yeah.
10 to 10,000. Obviously, because Sebo didn't hit Tupou, we all lost except Tom, who got
Yeah.
Campbell Graham.
But of course, that's the bet I get.
Well, because
Yeah, they're not. I mean, it's good
It's
for the
an
10K.
inconsequential
yeah,
bet.
Yeah.
I don't even count it.
unit scoopers.
But count it, but he
Sebo,
is.
you're starting to get a lot of 4 from 5.
I know. I'm getting 4 from 5s like week after week after week. But Tunga, is he the guy? Like Penrith scored 40-something points and he can't get over the line to get
Yeah.
me my $27?
Nah, get away.
He got hog vibes in the game. That's why.
He had meat on the mind.
He had meat on the brain. Just wanted a root.
But
Couldn't
look,
get
I'll
one.
take it. I'm getting close. I'm going to get one of these.
So am I.
Now, leaderboard.
Oh,
Grim.
wow.
Real grim.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
The Lippy one.
Oh, wow. Who was that?
So I don't even
Was
know.
that the belt?
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I'm happy
That
to
actually,
do-
that actually makes sense.
That makes sense.
That actually does make sense.
Belt guy.
I was thinking about this. We need to get something for the Lippy. Like, is it like a Lippy cup or something you get your name on? Something.
Do we get an honour board?
I was thinking we could get an honour board, or can we get something funnier?
Well, I think you want to. I
want
think
an honour board?
I think you get an honour board for Lippies that have won, and then you send them something as well.
How many Lippies have won now? 3, 4?
Probably about 4. I thought we were going to get the
Max
bronze
4.
Tommy, which was like the bronze trophy that they get fucking awarded.
I think that's better.
Yeah, but I think you still need an honour board for the Lippies, dude. Like if you beat
Just
us, that's
over
an
there.
honour.
It's not. Maybe
You don't have it on camera.
No, you don't have a camera.
I don't have it on camera.
But it's there.
But yeah, there needs to be a Lippy board. So congratulations to whoever the fuck made the belt.
What was his name? What was his
Don't know
name
what your
last
name is.
week? Do you remember? Daniel Bowen, the Bowen belt.
The Bowen belt.
You know what? It's if you were smart, you would have bet on the Bowen belt guy to win, given the good omenry and the good vibes around the fact that he created the belt himself.
It was generally
Yep.
not a great week.
No.
Minus 2.28 units. The Lippy
Holy
won. What really fucking did us in was the golf.
Yeah.
Not hitting a golf bet of any persuasion fucked us
you
royally.
outlay a fair few
You just,
units.
like when I was doing the sheet, you just watch the units go, oh, baby, it gets bad.
Oh, my God. I'm just looking at the overall lead.
I was second, minus 6.16. Sebo third, minus 7.63. And Tom fourth, minus 7.97. 7 from 37 legs for the big fella.
Yep.
So
Listen, dude.
That's
As I've
something.
said before,
1 from 15 bets.
I'm not good at punting this year. I'm responsible, and we have set ourselves out an amount that we have to punt with, and so I'm sustainably doing it. I'm just bad at it. It's like if I was sustainably like logging, it's like I'm chopping down trees, but I'm regenerating the forest by also planting trees. But for whatever reason, I'm planting it in like rubbish, so the trees aren't growing again. You know?
Sure, that's a weird analogy.
Yeah, it's not. It's not great.
So
It's not one of the
Sebo overall leader plus 6.15, 24.63% of his bets, about 45% of his legs.
best. You're catching up to me here, Ed.
Me,
Mm.
I'm catching up to you.
Yep.
In what way?
How many units you don't have?
Well, you actually, because I beat you this week, you actually lost more than me, so you got further away.
No, but you're starting to get really into the red. You're starting to
I'm
get
getting red.
You're
Oh,
getting
fuck yeah.
you're getting further and further away from about even and coming towards daddy.
Well,
You're coming towards me, dude. I need one good week in it like that.
which is what we all need.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm way more due for a good week.
Minus 17.39 in second, Lippy third, minus 19.76, and Tom fourth, minus 28.27.
Yep.
Pretty
Early
good.
days.
Can I just say one thing? When in the
As long as
first
it's nice.
season of
As long as
this,
it's nice.
first season of this, when we hadn't invented the unit scooper, when I was doing golf bets of my own,
You were stealing.
no, I was
stealing every single time.
Every
I-
week we'd come in, 3 of your 4 golfers were the same.
check the tapes.
We will.
Well, we'll check them, but they're also not online for obvious reasons.
But in saying that, and the constant shit I got from everyone without unit scoopers, let me remind you again.
Well, yeah, I won it without unit
I was
scoopers.
about this much down.
You won it with unit scoopers. I won it without. So,
So you won it without. So how much was my unit scooper paying?
$300.
No, just behind you there.
Yeah, it's like 100.
What's it say?
Right.
What's it say?
It's like
No, turn around.
196.
Turn
I
around.
can't. I got a bad back.
Turn around. What's
I got
it
a
say on the
bad
board? Turn around.
198.
198. And then what? How many units did I get up?
So he actually beat you, Tom.
So that
Yeah, but he's
is
still got a
that
unit
319. So
He's still
I
got a
still
unit
got up
scooper.
over 120 units, more than even you got on your season that you won. So no, you didn't beat me without a unit.
No, I'm
scooper.
saying I won the season without a unit
No,
scooper.
you had a unit scooper.
I don't think I did. We were saying we didn't have unit scoopers in the first season. That was your words.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, Sebo, you stole bets.
But a grim fucking week.
It's a very grim week.
And a grim leaderboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, Easter's tough to punt
It's
on.
dude. Easter's tough,
come on.
man.
You
Easter's
know what
tough.
I mean? You're distracted by like either you're on
I
holiday.
fucking hate
like-
punting on golf. I fucking hate it.
I don't. I like golf. I
My
like golf.
overall golf record, I would be like minus 400.
Yeah, you don't get
Yeah.
golf. You don't. You don't get golf.
You just
And
go Rory every time.
Yeah, you do just go Rory every time, and you've never hit him. I don't think.
I actually have.
Nah, shut up. Let's move on. Let's do some punting. Just quickly though, before we do move on, I just wanted to once again say fuck Rando for all of his stats and bets last week, and I mean that with love and respect.
He's got a bit of Cowboys form.
No,
about him.
he does,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
This has been a Cowboys season for Rando in every sense of the word. Thursday night. Excuse me. Dolphins and the Rabbitohs Suncorp Stadium. I'm happy to see the Fish on a Thursday night.
Yep.
Haven't had it yet.
Fish
Against the
deserve a
Bunnies.
Thursday game.
350's long for the Fish, I think. 350, Rabbitohs $1.28. The line is 10.5. That line's horny. And the over-under is 44.5. Rando, don't fuck us this week, buddy. What do you got?
Obviously a dry 23-degree day at Suncorp for that Thursday night. Interesting stat here about Wayne Bennett. He has a 60% win rate in his first game against his former club. The Rabbitohs, other than that, the stats point towards them. They have a 70% win record as favourite at Suncorp and 85% win record in the last 3 years as favourite against top 4 teams. As I look to try scorers, the Dolphins' left edge defense is their weak point. The Bunnies have pounced down that right side of theirs last week against the Dogs, scoring 5 of their tries. Campbell Graham, he's been on a tear this season with 6 tries in 6 games and has scored in his last 2. So I reckon he is a good chance of scoring. And then really good value here is Jermaine Asako, the leading try scorer, paying $2.45. The Rabbitohs have leaked 7 tries down their left edge. So I think there's a big opportunity there for Asako to score for the Dolphins.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm just going to get mine out of the way because, there's not really much to me this week. This is removed. I didn't look at any fucking odds. I didn't know who was favourite. I didn't know what the lines were. I didn't know what fucking margins were paying. I'm just going double enders essentially all week. Just trying to keep it low most of the time, keep it honest, and just hit some fucking try scorers. There are some games where I've gone a little bit rogue, and just like also one where I've just not picked a double ender. But essentially, it's double ender time. Now, Campbell Graham is my boyfriend right now. He is my boyfriend.
You didn't get up on him on the weekend, though, did you?
I did actually. I did get up on him on the weekend. The whole bet didn't get up.
That's how you.
But I also got him in.
That's how you lock in a boyfriend.
10,000 cockhead. 10 into 10,000 cockhead.
No,
I got him 10 into 10,000.
No,
Tom, you don't get it.
That's why you come
a
dead
dead
how it
last.
works.
10 into 10,000.
He's
Did
not
I
your
get it?
boyfriend.
That's not how it works.
Did I get the units for it?
You need, mate,
Do I get the units for
you
it?
get like 1.5 units.
So
gives
you're
a
saying
shit?
every time you get a one leg 10 to 10,000, they're your boyfriend?
No.
To get
What
a
I'm
boyfriend, you've got to.
saying is-
That's not a boyfriend.
That's
but
not
you
a
know it's
It's a
boyfriend.
relationship. Fuck you guys. You don't know what we have.
You're dating at best.
No. Well, that's dating. Yeah, dating.
No,
I
but
consider my boyfriend someone I date.
No.
Fuck you.
I reckon you've been on Campbell Graham twice this year.
Incorrect. Check the tapes.
Mate, you've got 2 bets this whole year. You
Check
don't
the
have
tapes.
any boyfriends.
You're a
Incorrect.
fucking loser, mate.
No. Fuck you guys. Campbell Graham again.
You don't even know.
I'll see you later tonight. And then the hammer because he scored in every game. Now this is the game where he won't score because he scored in every game this year, and I'm on him. So this is when is when he won't score. But Campbell Graham's definitely going over. And then the hammer is a hit and pray. Hopefully, hope to Christ. 537 conservative, smart double ender.
Hammer is going to equal the record for the most tries at the start of the season in consecutive
that's
games.
bad.
So Semi
That's bad news bears for
Radradra
me.
holds the record of 7 scoring.
Who
in the first
holds the
7 tries.
record?
Semi Radradra. He scored in his first 7 games of the season in 2014. Hammer's looking to equal that record.
Yeah, wow.
There's a world where I change that to Isako off the fact.
Ask
that that's-
Wadey Egan how
Please
history
don't
went.
drag my
Wadey.
stats into your poor betting form.
Huh?
Please don't
I'm-
drag my stats
listen,
into
I'm
poor
thinking
betting
about it.
I'll tell you what
I'll tell you
what I'm going to do. I'm going to back Tom up here because
Because you've done the same thing.
I've done the same thing, and I need the punter and dribbler to remember a simple fact that Rando cannot be trusted at the moment. You can earn back trust. You can earn back trust, sure. But at the moment, I don't trust you. And it's as simple as that. And I need to go with my gut. My gut tells me go with absolute out-and-out throbbers who, listen, if Hammer doesn't score this week, so be it. I'll put my hands up and go, fuck, whatever. It is what it is. But if he scores this weekend and I'm not on him, I'll have a fucking tantrum. So I need to be on him. Campbell Graham, who's making it look fucking easy at the moment, you throw him in. And then the Dolphins, the line's 10.5. What if I bring my own line along? Going to bring my own line, 14.5 points, put it together, fuckloads of points, $8.40.
Not bad bets from you guys, but I'm glad I never picked Hammer because now I don't have to ruminate with history problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Don't want to have history, the weight of history. on
That's
your
bad for the quadriceps. Or
I'm not
whatever
worried
the,
about that.
mushroom fungal networks are. You know, I mean, if you're not worried, that's
Cordyceps.
fine. Cordyceps.
Yeah, quadriceps
I'm
here
ge-
in your thighs.
I'm genuinely not worried about it. I think it's set up perfectly. The unwanted man breaks the fucking record.
Yep. I don't mind that. I don't mind
Yeah,
that
that's
storyline.
good storyline. Look, I'm going AJ, right? Because he's back. And in it might be one of those things like, why wouldn't you include AJ in your bets? He's short as hell, but whatever. Graham, we've
Because
been
he's gone
over
off
that.
the boil.
Graham, we're all on Graham. And then
My boyfriend.
your boyfriend. And then a forgotten guy, Colin Matangi.
Forgotten. Was on him last week.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's actually why I put him in. I forgot because Tom was on his knees praying for him to go over. It's a pokey machine bet, like a pokey.
It's actually a great call.
I'm a lingerer, so Tom's missed the feature of more chili. I'm lingering around.
It's a great fucking call.
He's going to go out. I'm going to go in. Couple taps, I get the feature. So those three guys, it's 11:39.
Can I add Colin Matongi to my bet?
No.
Fuck.
No, there's no stats around
I know,
him.
you should have let me though.
Yeah, but
Have you got any stats around Colin
No,
Matongi?
you can't ask.
I can't ask for stats if he's got them.
No, you can't.
No one, we never fucking said that.
That's not how it works.
No,
That's not how it
I
works.
might have found a loop in the bylaws. Fuck you. If he had some
Well,
stats around Colin Matongi, I
the
might have done
council
it.
says that you
Nah,
can't.
fuck the council. Fuck the council. Council's filled with losers.
Been outvoted. You've been outvoted. Simple as that.
So what's that paying, Sebo?
11:39.
Not much for 3 try scorers.
Lippies,
but I
Bunnies, head-to-head, AJ Osako.
507. We move on to Sharks v. the Roosters. Sharks 205, Roosters $1.75. The line 2.5, over under 40.5. Tough game to pick this one. Tough game to pick. Rando, give us some stats.
So Friday night at Shark Park, it will be 19 degrees, 67% chance of rain during the game, 1 to 5 millimetres, so not too much, enough for Nico's hair to be wet. It might need to be wet to save them against these stats because the Roosters, they've won their last 7 games against Cronulla. This will be the 100th time that these two teams meet, and Cronulla have only won 34 of those games, so it's always been the Roosters. It'll be the 100th time they meet. And the Sharks have only won 34 of those games.
Jesus.
Despite the fact that it's at Shark Park, that doesn't matter. The Roosters have won their last 4 there as well. You also got James Tedesco, who hasn't lost to the Sharks when he's been playing for the Roosters as well. So it's all pointing towards the Roosters. Think they're good value at $1.75. They've also covered the line in 4 of their last 5 games against the Sharks as favourite too. If you are looking for a try scorer, there's some great value here in the right side of the Roosters attack. Now that left half, left second row defensive channel for the Sharks are conceding 1 in every 4 tries. We've seen the right second rower score in 4 of their 5 games. We've seen the halfback score in 4 of the 5 games as well. So either Nat Butcher or Sam Walker to score would be your best bet. They're great values. I think they're over 3 for each. So be looking for them for some value try scorers.
That's got me horny, Rando, because I got Natty Butch in there. I've also got Kennedy, which, again, I'm considering changing to just like a winger for the Sharks, like maybe just something simple. But Kennedy's been fucking good to me this year, so I might have to stay with him.
Yeah, and Rando didn't give any stats about
you
Sharks
don't have to
winners.
give it directly about anything. He can say that the Sharks are fucking shit against the Roosters, and that is informing my bet.
Then you can change
scorers.
change the line and stuff, but you can't change try scorers because then you can just see our bets and go listen to us and go, oh, I might just take
But
that
I
try
haven't
scorer
listened
instead.
to your fucking bets. I haven't read. You haven't said
If
a goddamn
he
thing.
says Sharks are shit against the Roosters, you can add in a Roosters win. You can,
If he
you can
says
play
that
with
the
line.
Sharks don't win against the win against the Roosters 30% of fucking the entire time they play, and I've got a Sharks try scorer in there, I could go, you know what? Maybe I just put 2 Roosters try scorers in and fucking get out. Because based on the stats I'm provided, I'm allowed to then amend my bets accordingly.
to the stats.
Yeah. So the Sharks being shit against the Roosters means that maybe I don't want a Sharks player in there, or maybe I want to go to a safe Shark.
I hear that.
Yep.
I do hear that.
Okay.
I'm still keeping him in, but Kennedy, Natty Butch, 760. Double ender.
Conservative by your
I'm
standards.
trying to. You got to mix it up.
Now, I looked up these stats before the game, knew that the Sharks struggled against the Roosters, so I was leaning towards the Chooks. I was going to throw some lines in there. I was going to put some fucking head-to-heads in there. I thought, nah, fuck that. It's not the time for that. The time is for try scorers. Now, Jackson Paulo goes in because I'm liking the work he's doing. I'm enjoying his work. Now, the Sharks, although they lost to the Warriors, have been scoring a fuckload of points, and particularly with Nico Hines back, points aren't a problem for the Sharks. So even if the Roosters do get the dub, I think the Sharks at least score tries, plenty of them. So Ronaldo Mulatalo goes in because try stop that fucker, and Will Kennedy, because why would you turn your back on someone who's been giving you fucking red hot sex every week? You're not going to fucking turn your back on
Who's
that.
been keeping you coming?
Reverse cowgirl every morning. Thanks, Will. Like, I'm not saying no to that. Who is? Name me. Show me someone
No.
alive saying no to reverse cowgirl. No one is.
No, I'd find you a liar.
So for that reason, and that reason alone, Will stays in. 12:31.
Okay.
Not bad.
Seb?
I don't know what to do here in terms of results, so I'm keeping it the hell away from my bet.
You don't like reverse cowgirl by the look of it.
So
Well,
it sounds like.
Kenny and I are mates, but new mates. But Mulatalo and I go back further than anyone in the Sharks team. We go back a long way, and when I am in a dark place and looking for one source of light, it's usually Mulatalo just shining there in front of me. And so
Do you mean like a dark place like in the new Thrones when fucking they go to like that dark sex den?
Yeah, kind of like that.
The auntie and the whatever they have, they fuck?
Yeah,
They almost fuck.
yeah.
Or you're right.
But yeah, there's all
Is that
those
what you
people
mean? Is that
around
a dark
there. Mulatalo, he's been there for forever for me. You know, there's a few new faces around there, so I'm going Mulatalo.
Sodom and Gomorrah vibes.
And Suoli, when was the last time he scored? Surely he's due. Rando, when was the last time he scored?
He scored, I think, round 3.
He is due.
He's due. He's due, right? So just those two,
He's overdue.
522. Yeah. So I'm doing a few like little things this week where
It's always
it's-
got to be induced.
Yeah.
where they're
Sure.
due and, you know, pokey bets and stuff like that. But
Due.
522.
Sharks head to head, Qatar and Tupou, plus overs, 14-22. Don't like it.
I don't like the bet. No.
Don't like the bet.
No. Shit bet from a guy with a Y in his name, which is what it is. We move on to Manly v. the Storm at Brookvale Oval. Seagulls, given last week's performance, I will say this, and also the inclusion of Aaron Woods, no disrespect, $2.45 does seem short. The Storm, $1.53. The line, 4.5, also a little skinny.
Interesting line. I had to double check it.
It's
It's a skinny line. It's a
I
skinny...
raise a cursory eyebrow at
Yeah, that
line.
line's taking the piss. And the over-under 42.5. What you're not going to hear from me today, punters and dribblers, is a man who's going to, shit on his side. I love the Manly Seagulls with all my heart and soul. I won't be picking a winner in this game because I just don't know. Manly could very well win this. I'm going to pick 3 try scorers.
Fuck me dead, mate. You got something wrong with you.
What? What's wrong with me here? 2 of them are the Storm. Rando!
Thank you. 18-degree day at Brookie. As I mentioned, it will be raining just before kickoff, but should be dry during play. To just drop it on Manly, they have lost 4 of their last 5 against Melbourne at the Fortress Brookie, lost 6 of their last 7 against Melbourne, and lost 8 of their 9 Friday night games against Melbourne. So it's all pointing to the Storm. Manly, they're conceding 59% of their tries on the left side. Now Munster goes into fullback and Hughes will be there on the right half. I reckon they target the same area where Dylan Edwards had success on that right side, targeting Kelma Tuolungi and Cooper Johns or Josh Schuster if he plays. Munster's scored in each of his last 3 games. He scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against Manly and scored 3 tries in his last game at fullback. It's all pointing to money here at $2.65.
Ooh.
Yeah, look, I Eddie's bet. Sorry, I just saw it. I'm gonna go to you, Eddie, first, please.
Dave, I'm going to need you to go get the PS5. I need a prop. Need me prop?
Eddie, what's your bet there, buddy?
Now, for those that follow Hello Sport and Tom and I's journey with a fine-tooth comb, they would know that we went to the Sea Eagles at the start of the year. We were invited by Coach Tony Siebes to come out, break bread, meet the boys. So I get out of the boys we already knew, sit in the fucking team photo, get shown around this centre of excellence because as good judges of excellence, it was important that we ensured it was up to code.
Yep.
We walked through the lavish new fucking centre of excellence and were shown the games room where the boys unwind after tough training sessions, bit of camaraderie, bit of bum slaps, bit of fucking PlayStation. To our dismay, to our alarm, there was a PS4 in there. Now, from where I'm sitting, PS4 is not good enough.
No. It's very Tigers.
It's fucking embarrassing. It's something you'd find at Balmain or at Concord. At West Tigers, but not
Dragons.
at the Manly Seagulls, at
Cowboys.
the Dragons, at the Cowboys, at the fucking...
Titans.
Exactly. The Knights. But not at Manly, not on the Peninsula. Babes, beaches, rings.
Glory.
Glory. So, Tom and I took it upon ourselves to do what? Get him a PS5. Not just any PS5. That PS5.
Yeah.
Now, you might be saying to yourself, is that you and Tom wearing Manly 13 plus jerseys on the PS5? On both sides? Holding Hello Sports Steedens? To which I'd say, yeah, fucking oath it is, cunt. Get a load of that. Now, in a week where potentially the stats point away from Manly, I'd say this. Trust in the PS5. Now, if I look at Manly's side, who starts with a P? Paseka.
Mount Paseka.
Who starts with an S? Saab. Who's wearing the 5? Vega. PS5 bet, $34.20. Thank you very much.
Eddie, also,
May as well pay it out now.
Eddie, V is 5 in Roman numerals?
Oh, baby!
Wow.
That gets up.
I'm on that.
That gets up. Look at this. Tell me that doesn't get up. Also, look at the craftsmanship here. Shout out to Thumbs Birmingham.
Yep, that's me.
The greatest thumbs in
In the land.
all the land. So that gets up.
Yeah. I am not mad at that at all now, Eddie. I didn't.
34-20.
Yeah, you like that. Now, obviously, you're right. It's a tough game, and stats are stats, right? And what I will say is this. Sure, you could be perturbed by the stats, but then you remember that the random stats guy who provided them's having one of the great shit show seasons of all time. Yeah. I've chosen to ignore everything that man says. That being said, I don't want to get bogged down in results for this game. It's not about results. You know, it's not about winning and losing and this and that, because I love my team no matter what, and I think they win. I think they win and they win well, but I'm not betting on them. I'm going Munster and Coates anytime. I love the stats that Rando did say. I pick and choose when to like, and Munster obviously very good. Xavier Coates fucked me. I talked shit about him, saying on the left he'll never score. He scored 3. So now I'm going into that, and that's me being greedy. You know how Sebo is doing the pokey lingerer? I've seen someone win on the pokies, and now I'm going to go try win on the same machine. Chances are it doesn't happen. That's not the way pokies work, generally speaking. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking Coates. Our good friend Jason Saab with the sideburns, the Saab burns, if you will.
Saab burns, yeah.
Which I believe have actually been removed, which is terrible news. But I'm going on him to score as well. So Munster, Coates and Saab. If anyone's going to score for Manly, were Manly to lose, it would be the fastest guy on the planet. So 10:38, Munster, Coates, Saab. Please, Jesus, get this fucking one up for me.
You really have changed your constitution, haven't you? You're picking two
Constitution, dude.
Two ATSs against Manly, one Manly player, no Manly 13 plus. Like, I'm actually impressed.
Trust me, dude. This is like, I'm having a big, like, monk-like levels of meditation. I wrote out all my bets sitting over there. Then I went back through them and reviewed them all and was like, yeah, don't do what you want to do, because there was a lot of big odds in there. So, yeah, nice. I mean, and you will see later on that I'm still battling with my problems. Seb.
I had a bet, which I've now changed. So I had Storm line 4.5, probably one of the easiest lines, not of the round, maybe of the season. Manly have let the Knights score 32 points on them. They've let Penrith score like 46 or something points on them in the last 2 weeks. So, like, what do you think?
It might have been 30 points from the Eels.
Yeah, I think that was.
And yeah, sure, there's a new 6 for Storm, but Munster at fullback is possibly the most dangerous guy in rugby league. So I think the points, Manly will still let him points. So the only way they win this game is if they score 30 points, but I'm not even going to think about that. I think the line 4.5 is a given. I had Munster and Olam in there, but now after the stats, I'm going to lend an olive branch to Rando and go, okay, I'm off you, but I will allow you a chance to win my trust back. You talked about Munster. I had Munster in there already. I'm going to swap out Olam for Munster, but I'm double staking the thing. So it's just Munster and Storm. Storm minus 4.5, 441. I'm double staking it. So I'm putting on twice the amount. I'm aiming to win $100 off this. This might be the easiest bet of the round.
I've got to be honest with everyone here. I fucking despise Sebo, but that bet, double staked, hurt me even more. It's
Listen, it's if you believe in your heart of hearts that Manly at home with the full weight of the vocal peninsula crowd buoying them home. If you think that team's going to get humped, then sure, it's a good bet. But I think differently.
Shame. My concern.
I think differently.
My concern is the
4.5 line isn't a humping. You guys have to lose by 6 and that bet comes off. You know what I mean? And considering you've let in on average around 30
when Mount
points.
Paseka crashes over in the first 5 minutes and dicks across the country start tingling, then Saab crosses, and then you think, my God, is it happening? And then Vega in the 53rd minute crosses the chalk. I think we'll be fucking singing from a different hymn sheet, bro.
Lou Vega. Shout out to Lou.
Yeah.
Mumbo, number 5.
Mumbo, number 5.
I think it was Vega, but I mean, I'm happy to. Or is it Lou Vega?
I think it was Vega.
I think it's Vega.
And Mumbo, number 5, took the country
Vega?
by storm.
I was right.
Vega.
Was it Vega?
Yeah.
B.
I've been seeing
all your music
my whole
knowledge.
life. Anyway,
Yeah.
Lippy, Manly plus 4.5, he gets it. Hamole, Warbrick, under 42.5, tight one. Port.
There's a lot that fucking needs to go right with that bet. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, listen.
Mate, I'm confident Manly win, to be honest.
I think
am.
Manly win.
I think Manly win.
I think we shocked the league.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been bigger upsets this
Of course
season.
there has.
This
Just-
season.
of
I mean,
course.
not just in general.
No.
And then
just-
we'll come in next week and go, yeah, I get it. Made sense.
Yeah.
Aaron Woods, that makes
Well,
sense.
this is the jury was out, and the jury has been out on Aaron Woods. The jury will give their fucking verdict after this week.
Correct.
Warriors, Cowboys, Warriors, two shit sides. In fact, I take that back. Warriors are good, Cowboys are shit. Mount Smart, Warriors favourites against the Cowboys. Warriors. The Cowboys. Warriors $1.87. The Cowboys an embarrassing $1.91. The line 1.5. Over under 42.5. Rando, what are you going to try and say this week, buddy?
Be 19 and dry in Auckland. Look, I love Dick riding the Cowboys, but they have let me down too many times this season. They've lost 5 of their last 7 games across the ditch. They have a 31% away record as underdog in the last 5 seasons. In the last 5 seasons as well, the Warriors have won 68% of their games as favourite at Mount Smart. So I'm going to have to take the Warriors here, which hurts me. But I will take a Cowboys try scorer because I still have belief that they will score a try. And if they are going to score, it will be on the edges. The Warriors' right edge defence has leaked 40% exclusively, with the opposing left winger scoring in 4 of the last 5 games. That screams Murray Taulagi back from injury. He returns on the left wing and he has scored in 7 of his last 8 games when he is playing with Scott Drinkwater. He's also from Auckland, Murray Taulagi. So there you go. 235, I think he's good odds there for the Cowboys to score.
I don't trust a man who tips against his team. I'll just say that. Can I start by saying that?
But I don't mind him coming in and just trying to be honest.
Sure. But I
that's
just
his
You
job.
want a
I've got to
neutral
be
stats
unbiased.
guy.
That's
his job. Like,
I'm all for it.
We're up. We can be parochial up here on the fucking desk in the seat. It's our job. But I want him to come in and give us honest stats and opinion.
he can give us honest stats, but you never, sorry for hitting the mic, tip against your team. What are you doing, Eddie?
I got the Wars at home. We'll start there. I think you get $1.87, which was just too hard for me to walk past in the street. You know what I mean? It's like fucking 2-for-1 chocolate strawberries. I'm not going to walk past it. Now Montoya goes in. You're like, would you? If you saw chocolate strawberries 2-for-1,
I'm not a huge chocolate
It's
strawberries
probably
guy.
like at the bottom 10% of things that would catch my eye.
Yeah.
2-for-1.
I'd walk
Okay.
past it.
2-for-1 for oysters then, mate.
Yeah, I'll
That's
take
your
that.
language?
Yeah.
And you, fatso, 2-for-1 fucking cheeseburgers or something.
Yeah, that's nice. Appreciate it.
Now, Montoya goes in, didn't score last week, think he was due, will be due, he goes in. And Tuolangi, I didn't know that, but I knew he was coming back from injury, and I thought to myself, Murray scores tries, doesn't he? And it also, because I've got the Wars to win, what does that do, punters and dribblers? It lifts the odds for me because I'm playing both sides of the fucking coin, baby. And I don't mind doing that with a winger. 952. 952.
That is interesting because before I saw that, I'm changed my bet. And
952.
It's good because I was
That
putting the
is
same
insane.
thing together. It's great, but I don't want to curse you, right? So I stupidly had Cows plus 1.5. Why? Because it took me all of about 20 rounds last year to actually believe in the Cows, and then I started backing them. Now I was just like, I want to prove that they're shit. I want them to hurt me. But now with some of those stats going over to the Warriors, I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm done with them forever. I just got to drink and cows. Like, I'm done. So I'm going Warriors. And then I was like, well, I want to pick some try scorers. Montoya owed me one from last week because I didn't get my 4 wingers bet. And I was going to throw in Talangi, but I'm going to leave it to Eddie. Like, either I'll just go Warriors and Montoya. If you allow me, I'll jump on the same bet, but I don't want to curse your bet.
You can come
along. I'll join you. I'll do Control-C, Control-V.
Wow.
I'm joining,
You're more the yeah, those odds are too juicy.
Yeah, it's a great bet. Like, Montoya's owed one from last week.
Tuolangi scores them all the time.
Tuolangi, Randos stats.
And they're giving you $1.87 for the Wires at home.
Yeah.
$1.87.
And Cowboys can't beat the Warriors, apparently, over there.
I'm on Talangi and Montoya myself. It's a double ender of I think what I would say is equal footing on both sides. They're both big, thick men, and if you're looking at a double ender, I think you want consistency in girth the whole way through.
Well, you wouldn't want one person to be having more fun than the other.
Exactly. So I like, and to Seb's point, Montoya owes us all.
Yes, he does.
He owes us all. Talangi,
yes, he does.
He owes us
owe
all.
Yeah.
And Talangi, an Australian representative, coming back, and to Randos' point, loves to score a try when Scotty Drink's playing. I will not be putting the Wires in because I don't think $1.87 is that much, and I don't think it's au fait accompli that they win because they've shown that they can also shit the bed. Even though they're good, they just lost to the Knights. Are the Knights good? Who knows? No one really knows any of this. How good are the Cows? Not very good, but could they pull something out of their ass? Now that Talangi's back, I don't know. Fuck the winners. Talangi, Montoya, anytime 5:33. Listen, it's safer than yours, but obviously you guys have more to gain. But I'm desperate trouble, so I need to just keep it simple.
Fair enough.
Yep.
The Lippy Warriors head-to-head, Cossie, Nanai, and Holmes, 26.89.
That's a desperation bet. That's Lippy to a quarter. Well, it's also me, but
Nanai's just so fucking short.
Yeah, that's
the problem
He's
with
the same
Nanai.
price as all
Mate,
the
and he has
wingers.
like 3 runs a game, so you have to 30% of the time he has a run, he's going to score. Apparently, like, you know what I mean? He's $2.
Like, the guy's a beast.
But also, the
fuck, you get
Cows
about
aren't good enough
220.
this year for me to be on him. You know what I mean?
No, he's still paying Cows top fucking 4, like fluke
Prices.
season sort of odds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Now, the next game, we have the Penny Panthers v. the Newcastle Knights. Eddie's only got the Knights odds in there, so I'll go back to Knights $5.50, Panthers $1.15. The line is 15.5, and the over/under is 43.5. It's at McDonald Jones Stadium. That's in Newcastle. Rando, give us some stats.
Dry conditions at Newcastle, but it all just smells like a bloodbath here. The Knights have only won 1 of their last 12 games against Penrith, and the Panthers have won their last 5 games at McDonald Jones. The Panthers, they have won 8 of their last 9 games played in April by 13-plus points, so it screams like an absolute thrashing. Brian To'o is the lock try scorer here. Knights are conceding most of the tries to right wingers. The Panthers' right side attack is their most dominant, so that's a big defensive mismatch. If you are looking for value, then take a look at Nathan Cleary here. He scored 5 tries in his last 3 games against Newey, and as I mentioned, that right side attack is humming for the Penny Panthers.
Lovely. Yeah. Edward, what are you doing?
I've got Brian To'o, because he's just fucking safe. He's just a safe bet. The PCM king, out of respect to him and his fucking work, he goes in. The ghost, Dylan Edwards, off the back of 4 last week. 4.
Yep.
He goes in against the Panthers. And Greg Marzu, who I just can't look away from.
He's reliable.
I cannot look away from Greg. He just catches my eye and he impresses the hell out of me. And every time I hear his name, I think of Rando. And that often annoys me. So it would, in the sense that because you somehow hated Greg so much, Greg's on going one of the great runs all time.
Defensively, I hate him, and he's proven. Led in 3 tries last weekend. But anyway, go on. I'll let you finish.
I'm not here to talk about letting in tries, babe. I'm here to talk about scoring them. Greg goes in just to boost me odds, $9.80.
Sebastian.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like the Knights have had some desperate wins and some like ties and stuff. But for me, it's like I think this is. Anyone seen the movie Perfect Storm?
Yep.
You know when they're
Who hasn't seen that?
Like if you haven't, get the fuck out. where they're sailing through the storm at the end and they think they've made it and the sun's there, but then that mega fucking wave comes up and they try to get up and just destroy it.
So close.
I reckon that's what the wave is Penrith and the boat is Knights. Because like Newcastle being kind of like just shakily holding on, I think they're going to get absolutely pumped and then they're going to start falling down the ladder where they belong. So I'm just looking at Toto. Tungo owes us one. Definitely owes me one from last week. And Edwards, again, like, I haven't really used Edwards much in my bets, maybe once or twice here and there. But, you know, watching him last weekend, I was like, he's going to score against the Knights. That's $10.50 for almost a certainty. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be 50 points. I'm scared of putting a Knights player in there because the Knights are only going to score 2 tries, right? They're going to score 2 tries. That's it, max. So
long as Tungo doesn't get too horny. Because he got too horny last week. And, like, honestly, in that game...
inside Toto?
No, inside Taruva.
Oh, so Toto's back on the other side.
Toto's on the right side. Because he literally, like, he'd get the ball out the back of shape and just fucking pin the ears back.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like 50 metres out. Like, that's all he cared about was getting to the try line. So if he has white line fever again, I'm worried about it.
I just have to take the I'm owed one, you know what I mean? Like, you can't shy away when you are owed one. And you're not owed one all the time, you don't get a leg. You know when you're owed one and you know when you're not owed one.
Last week we
and
were
I
owed
feel I'm owed one.
Yeah.
If I got him last week, I would have got my unit scooper. So I'm fucking owed one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good point.
Hearing that, not entirely understanding. We were discussing in the green room before about how close you were. I couldn't be more indebted to Tango for not scoring last week and for being a greedy little guts. So I'm not actually going to ask you to owe me anything. You owe me nothing, sir. You have done a great service to everyone on this show by being a greedy guts.
That's a good point.
I had Casper, Tango, and Critter as my original bet. I then heard Rando, and the reason I was doing this, usually I'm doing double enders. I'm not doing a double ender on Newcastle. Fuck that, and fuck the Knights. I'm keeping Casper in there because he's in red hot form, and we were talking about on Hello Sport. He is a semi-precious stone, maybe a precious stone. We're not sure. He's an emerald. He's better than an opal, which is semi-precious. We're thinking an emerald, which is in the precious bracket. He stays in for me. I love that Toto is so fucking guaranteed, relatively speaking. And I also like, because Toto does sometimes play on the left. I'm glad that he's playing on the right, and I like that Critter's there with him as well. If Toto's guaranteed, relatively
Good
speaking.
side to be on. Is that Cleary, Hosking, Toto? It's a great side.
Liam Martin, also named, could be entering as second rower.
Yeah.
That's a great side.
So listen to this.
That's a great
You've
side.
got Casper looping around the back, but Casper's everywhere. It doesn't matter where they're attacking. You've got Toto, for sure, relatively. Critter, guaranteed, but not guaranteed, but you get it. And then Cleary, because he's saying that Cleary loves to score tries against the Knights, 22.62.
Not bad.
I like that right. If it's a humping, then that's a good bet. If it's not a humping, then I can't help, whatever. What can I do if it's not a humping? What can I do if the Knights turn up? Nothing. If it's a humping, though, that looks like a horny bet.
I like that bet.
Yeah, it's good.
Because it's right side
Dominant.
In fact, it's entirely the right side.
Well, Casper's not necessarily right, but he could be.
But he pops up.
pops up
I reckon 3 of his 4 tries are right side.
That's true. That's true. They were.
He
They were
scored
attacking.
all 4 on the right side.
Well, there you go. It's a right side. It's a right side strong side
like
bet.
a quadrant bet because you're looking for just the right side of Penrith, not double ender,
Right side, strong
Right
side.
third. Shout out to Corey Parker.
Lippy, Taruva anytime. Penrith to win both halves. Penrith first team to score. Penrith to score 20 plus only, which is basically saying the Knights won't score 20
For
points.
5.68. It's probably going to happen, but that's just what you could have done so much more with that bet.
I don't like that bet.
No.
Much.
I hate the bet, but it's like not a lot has to happen. It's just ugly, right? So like Penrith Newcastle won't put 20 on them. Penrith will win both halves, and it's just time to.
It's just a bit ugly.
It's just ugly.
It's ugly.
It's ugly.
Yeah,
it's hard to look at.
Yeah, well, when you go to like New York and you go to like all the art museums and stuff, and you're like, oh, there's all the like paintings by artists I know from like the 1600s. Then you go to like the modern
There's
art.
a Jackson Pollock.
Like here's like a room of canvases with like different primary coloured triangles on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I? How is this in here? Like it's gross.
This is dumb.
Yeah.
This is worth $40 million. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's that bet.
Yeah. Good. Very good. We move on to Brisbane v the Titans. Queensland Derby. Titans 360, Broncos $1.28, Seabus Super Stadium 10.5 is the line. The over under 44.5. Rando, you giving me? I know you're a Cowboys fan, but it wouldn't shock me if you're a Titans fan either.
Never.
You give off
would
Titans
I ever.
vibes.
Yeah.
Never would I ever do
you
that.
definitely could be a
not.
Titans
I lived in the
fan.
Gold Coast, but I'm not a
There
Titans
you go.
fan.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
The Broncos, they've won their last 3 against the Titans and won 5 of their last 7 games at Seabus. My interesting stat, and more pointing towards exotics here, is that the Titans have scored 20 plus in each of their last 5 games at Seabus, and 3 of their last 4 games against the Broncos. They've also scored over 16.5 points, which is their total points handicap, in 4 of their 5 games this year. So something to look at there. Minus 16.5 Titans. I think it's $1.98 on Neds. For try scorers, the Titans have conceded 35% of their tries in their right half, right second row channel, with the opposing left half taking advantage of that weakness in 3 of their last 4 games. So I'm looking at Ezra Mam here to look lively in that area. He has scored 3 tries this season, so he can put it on. He's paying around $2.60, which is probably the best value of all the try scorers.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's a me problem here, but I started daydreaming, so I missed all those stats.
That's okay. He's basically saying that he likes the Titans line and he likes Ezra Mam to score.
Okay, what do you like, Eddie?
Sorry, I got to be honest with you.
That's all right. You
I
look
got to
like
be
you've
honest
been
with you.
daydreaming the whole time.
The loss last week to the Raiders has thrown my balance off in terms of the Broncos, and the Titans are just one of those fucking sides where you just don't know what the fuck you are going to get. So I will be honest with the punter and dribbler. I have doubts, but there's an old Allo Sport adage: when in doubt, go hot. So that's all I've done. I've lent on the old adage because the old adage will get you through even the toughest of times. Who's hot? Herbie Farnworth's hot. Reece Walsh is hot. Jordan Ricky's hot. Put them together, 15.65.
Hot boy bet.
Just hot boys.
This is like, I
It's
imagine
easy.
you
That's all
hanging
it
out
is.
in a sauna with all 3 of these guys.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Maybe we start.
Is it a sauna where you pour the water on the hot rocks?
Yeah, the old school
The old
saunas.
school one.
Yeah.
That's what I see it
Yeah.
as.
Yeah.
Like bath
And then
house shit.
afterwards we go out and we have a cold shower and then we hop into the jacuzzi together.
I thought you might all just get down in the sauna.
You could get down the
It'd be
sauna.
quite. If it's a good sauna, you kind of want to be still just admiring the shape of people. And
Yeah, you
then-
don't want
and
it to,
then
as long as it's not too foggy.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And then
think
you
that we
do-
get into the sauna to get to know each other and admire each other's beauty, Tom.
I
Then
think
we
that
get into the
you're
yeah.
admiring theirs more than they're admiring yours, but I do understand what you're saying.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, that's just what it is, though. Right?
But it's a hot boy bet.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Sauna bet, Sivo.
I'm a little bit worried about my bet for one reason. So I think there's a movie called Freaky Friday or something where people like switch bodies or something.
Yeah, dude, well, there's like 100 movies
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
happens,
yeah.
but yes.
And I feel that's happened to Tom and I right now, and that petrifies me because I have 4 legs and he has a 2-leg, but the 2 legs that he has, I have in my bet. And normally I love coming in and seeing I've only got 2 legs and Tom's got 4 legs, and I know my 2 will hit and he won't
Freaky
get
Friday,
his bet.
dude.
And so now it's been reversed.
So am I Seb right now? Is Seb inside me?
So
Why would that have happened?
well, because I put my bet in first and then he would
Look
have
at-
just taken 2 legs from me.
Well, no, I certainly didn't do that.
Just wondering how Seb might have got inside Tom.
Well, he's trying hard. You know, he's fucking...
I'm just wondering how that might have happened.
Well, I don't even know how it happens. I don't know how it happens in Freaky Friday.
But do you have a theory?
Usually it's like someone has like a
lightning
wish or
storm or
something. Yeah,
something.
lightning, like, oh shit, the electricity goes in the bath, and then before you know it,
They wake up and they're switched.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those ones.
Try to
Hasn't been
push
one of
your
them
shit
for a
out.
while. The girl juice bigger. Oh, there was a one where
Lindsay Lohan was one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But then like Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman did one. There was one back in the fucking 80s, which was like father and son, where it was like, I became my dad and my dad became the son.
Yeah.
They're
Classic
all do. It's a
concept.
classic fucking storyline. And maybe it's happened for this game.
That's what's happened. So I'm not going to back out of it. I'm going to ride the Freaky Friday wave.
Have to.
I've got Stags and Walsh. I put them in because they owed me, and so did Campierera. And then Campbell, I was like, well, I may as well even this out. Bit of a seesaw vibe.
This is all Tom. I may as well even it out with an extra try scorer.
So
May as well chuck a
34-30.
key on in there,
Jaden
eh?
Campbell?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the most Tom bet you've ever put on.
I know. And I just thought,
Especially with your reasoning.
well, I'm owed 3, and then I want to even it out so it's
I
a
don't
nice
think
seesaw.
Can I say something?
You're not a fucking standover.
Can I say something? You have used that too much this week. You can't be owed by everyone that you didn't.
I said at the beginning of the
No.
show that there's going to be a theme to what I'm owed.
I'll give you the Tungo one as being owed, even though it worked
gave
for
us a
us
service.
because you missed your unit script. Like I get that.
Okay.
But now just because you didn't get a bet last
Okay.
week, you're owed by everyone.
Fine then. I want to keep wrangling the Stags. I want to get a Walsh on the wall as well. Khan, he's been going over every week except last week, and then Campbell. Did he score first last week or something like that? And I was like, what happened to Jaden Campbell? He used to feature in a few of my bets. He's playing fullback. He's paying like $3.50 to score.
Fuck, you are so Tom right now. It's embarrassing, dude. You should be embarrassed.
So that's my Tom bet, 34-36.
Freaky Friday bet. As has been largely the theme for me this week, has been conservative, diminutive, humble double enders. The girth does not necessarily lend itself to the humility. I like them big and thick and girthy, but humble in their approach generally.
Well, you're building up.
I'm building up. I'm working my way. I'm loosening. And
The beads get bigger.
the beads get bigger as you enter them in, not smaller. That wouldn't be fun. I'm taking Stags. I'm taking Pereira. I do think that just because you wrangled a Stags last year, it's a new year. Has anyone wrangled a Stags this year? You have to take them off your wall. You have to take them down off your wall.
Why?
You had a 2022 Stags. I feel like it's like, oh, you wrangled a Stags back in 2020. Who gives a fuck?
No, I did. It was a $15 wrangle. It stays on my wall.
No. But in 2023 is where it counts. I think you need to have like a head count of the year. I
Can
think
we
that's way
get
funner. Like if we get them graphics made of what you've
someone
hit.
can actually get like a somewhat looking real stag head that we could put a stag up with an engraved name below,
Yeah.
so we can keep our stags on the wall.
Should we get a stag?
No, we'll get a stag head.
Dude, my fucking Steph's family, I was down in
What, they're in the
Tuna.
are they in
Dude,
the
they're
stag head
hunting all the
business?
time, dude. They've got fucking stags and deer and different shit.
But do they embalm them and shit?
Yeah, they take them down and get
Yeah,
them. I was
we'll
there
get
and
one of them.
they drove 3 hours to go get one fucking taxidermized that afternoon. They drove to Victoria.
Oh, so they do that sort of
Yeah,
work.
Yeah, let's get one.
Well, let's get one.
Let's get one.
Yeah, and to wrangle a stag, you have to. You
The
can't.
bet's got to get up.
Yeah, bet's got to get it, but it can't just be one stag try. You got to have a little bit of juice with it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I think if you bet, I think
No,
it
no, no,
can't be
no,
like
no,
a
no,
10
no,
and a
no.
10,000. It's got to be your bet on the game.
Yeah.
What he's saying is you can't just have stags as the bet.
You can
I
have
think you can.
stag. No, you can have stags in
Just
a
one?
line. Just one stag alone. That's not wrangling. That's the 10 to 10,000. Like that's $1.80.
You can have two.
That's true.
You can't.
Yeah,
you could have a two or more.
Yeah.
But you could have a stags with a something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it can't be a solo stag.
Yeah, you don't get your name engraved
pathetic.
because you got a solo
Yeah,
stag.
fair.
That's not wrangling.
No, that's fair.
When you go out on a hunt, you want to bring back the stag, but you might get a little leopard over there, like
Yeah.
all sorts
A
of
doe.
things. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, well, we'll look into that.
That'd look good on the wall.
Yeah.
Big
It
fucking
would.
stag.
No,
head.
that'd be nice. So I've got Stags and Khan Pereira as well. Khan Pereira always scores. Stags didn't score last week. Shout out to Jason Kroger? Jared Croker. Sorry, Jason might be his uncle. He fucked us last week, but I'm going for a Stags 2023 wrangle. That's what counts, and that's going to get you $4.77. Simple, humble, girthy double ender.
Not that girthy, but humble. Now,
The
Lippy.
girthy boys.
Broncos minus 10.5. Cobo 2+. Stags anytime. First half points over 21.5. 15.29. That's not a good bet.
Jesus Christ, dude! I need like
That's not
I
a
need
good
like a
bet.
Da Vinci Code machine to read that.
Where's
What's that
Tom
thing where it
Hanks to
is?
fucking solve that?
That's
Yeah,
not
what's that?
a
Like that?
good
What's that thing
bet.
called?
I know what you're talking about, but I've no idea what it's called.
Nah,
like
That's not a good bet.
decipher. A cipher? Is it a cipher?
no, the cipher's like the keys.
No,
isn't it?
it's not
Or-
a cipher.
What is that?
The,
Da Vinci
device
Code
isn't
thing?
a cipher. A cipher's like a key for like general kind of code.
Rando, are you looking that up?
Sci-fi.
Dave, can you
Wouldn't
look up
even know where to
Dave?
find
Dave?
it.
No, sorry, I
device.
thought you were looking Da Vinci Code device that Tom Hanks uses to solve the
It
Da
looks
Vinci
like there's like
Code.
letters and shit on it. Cryptex.
Fucking doesn't sound right, but we'll use it.
Whatever.
Whatever.
On we go.
Let's move on. That stupid Lippy bet was paying $15.29 if we didn't mention it. Next up, Raiders Dragons. Boo! This is a game that is a boo poo slinger.
Boo.
$1.52 for the Raiders, $2.50 for the Dragons. The line 6.5 over under 41.5. Rando, any stats to make me care about this game?
It's going to be dry and 18 degrees Sunday. At Canberra, the Dragons, they've only won 2 games in the last 22 years in the nation's capital, and they've never won at the venue on a Sunday. And that's not for a lack of effort, though. The Dragons, they've covered the line in their last 4 games at GIO, and the Raiders have only won by 6+ twice in their last 8 games against them, so that line at -6.5. It's tricky. Could be an either team 1 to 12 sort of bet. Now for try scorers, the Raiders' right edge has let in 1 in every 3 tries conceded to the opposing left winger, who has scored the most tries against the Raiders with 5. The opposing left winger has also scored in each game at GIO Stadium this year, and Matt Feagai at $3.10 this weekend is the best value winger by a country mile. I reckon he goes over.
Interesting. Edward?
I'm going to put Feagai in because it sounds like fungi, and we've been talking a fuckload about that this week.
That's a huge point.
So I can't look past Feagai. Feagai will go in. Fungi. He goes in instead of Zach Lomax, who I am removing. So I will need to get the odds up. Bear with me, punters and dribblers. I think at home, the Raiders... I'll give them the edge. I also looked up the stats. They do like beating the Dragons at home. They're fresh off a win. But do I believe in lines? Do I believe in head-to-heads? No, I fucking do not. But I think Hopper will score a try. I think my boy Huddy Young will score a try. And Fungi goes in. Odds pending.
I like it. I threw to you first because I was also including Fungi in my bet. Which changed the odds. I have got, this was a double end. I was going double ender, and then I went back and I looked at it and I go, you know what? I hate this game, and I think that there's actually an opportunity here to maybe pull off a high odds bet here. Now, Jackie Boy Whiten comes back, and I like him for a try. He's under a lot of sort of, not necessarily pressure, but there's a lot of dribble and yarn about Jackie Boy Whiten at the moment. Where's he going to go? Who's he going to sign with? He's chatting with Ricky. Ricky's his dad in a rugby league sense. He's going to come back and he's going to get a fucking meaty. That's my hope. That's my prayer. That's my dream. Now, Matthew Timoko has just been like a first try scorer for them a lot, I feel, in the past. That could be completely wrong. But he, to me, is the Penasini of the Raiders, where he just seems to score when he's playing. Again, based on what? Vibe and vibe alone. Now, I did also have Sloan in there to steal Sebo's well-worn-out line. Sloan owed me one. Owed me one from last week. Wouldn't have changed the outcome of my bet, but he owed me one.
Then he doesn't owe you one.
No, he owed me one.
Getting really loose with the definitions.
Well, we are. Well, mate, what are we talking about? Like, he has like 12 guys that owed him one. It didn't change the outcome of his bets.
Well, I gave him shit earlier. I'm giving shit to you too.
I've removed Sloan for Fungi.
Thanks.
So we've got Whiten, Timoko, Fungi, 1993, which is also a great year, just generally.
My brother was born in 1993.
That's what I'm saying.
My odds were 15-12. Don't know what happened in 15-12. Probably something horrific.
Yeah, it would have been a horrific year. It was Dark Ages sort of shit.
Yeah. I don't know when the Dark
15,
Ages
12
were.
Dark Ages?
Nah, I think the Dark Ages before that.
Where the fuck's Dave gone when you want to look up the Dark Ages?
1600s is Renaissance.
Between the 5th and 14th centuries is the Dark Ages.
So 15-12's out of it.
Yeah.
What's going on in 1512 then?
Well, they've come out of the Dark Ages. So
isn't
things are looking
14th
good.
century 1500s though? It's confusing like
No,
that.
Yeah, I don't
21st
know.
century is what we're in now.
So
We're
it's
in
like the
20s.
1300s,
Right.
I think. Yeah.
The summer
Middle
War
Ages.
of the League of Cambria. Ferdinand II of Aragon sends Don Frederic de Toledo to complete the Spanish conquest of the Iberian Navarre. October 19, Martin Luther becomes a doctor of
Did you
theology.
just say Aragon? Because I love Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Good
Probably
look.
when Spain started fucking around because everyone just assumes it's always England through history. And it's like, no, there's a time there to like conquistadors and shit rose
Whoa,
up.
have you heard
Like-
of South America?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Look, my bet this week, I hate this game so much to bet on, and normally I would try go 3, maybe 4 try scorers, but I'm trying a different tactic here and just leaning into it with the kind of bet that the game deserves, which is just like a nothing bet, a line and a total points. I'm going under 41.5 and Raiders -6.5. I'm just hoping that the Raiders, after a brave defensive effort last week, keep the momentum up, keep the Dragons to a couple of tries, and then all your guys' try scorers come off, and I'm fine. You know, Raiders maybe score 28 points. Dragons 6. I'm just going to try a new tactic on games that I hate and do bets that I hate but think will come off. That's 392.
Interesting.
That's okay.
Lippy.
I get it. I do get it. I get your tactic there. Like, if
I
it's a
get
game
it.
you hate, it's like make it even worse. Make it like a bet that you're not going to enjoy.
Like whip yourself.
Because the amount of times I watch a Dragons game and I've got all these try scorers and it's
But
like
hopefully climax.
It's like BDSM. That's a BDSM bet.
it's just leaning into like
Wax
the
on your
pile
ball
of
sack.
shit. I'm like the guys who like
Clips on your
dive
nipples.
in sewerage. You know what I mean? Like they just lean
For
into
like
the
diamonds and shit.
yeah.
Poo hunters.
Yeah, poo hunters. I'm putting on one of those big fucking lab.
Pays, yeah.
Yeah.
Pays okay.
It's not great.
You do
and
get
there's
danger
no
money.
way poo doesn't seep through those suits. As much as you want to think they're poo tight, like, you know.
Did you ever hear about that guy that apparently used to go and knock on people's doors asking if he can go and sit in their septic tanks?
Oh really?
Yeah, that's
do what?
you.
To just relax
Septic
or look
Sebo.
for shit.
Septic Sebo. That's a septic.
Yeah. Can I sit in your poo tank, please? What are you talking about?
you heard
I'm
about
taking under 41.5 and Raiders -6. Come right this way.
Have you heard about that humiliating death story of the Japanese fellow who sat in a poo tank just to see a girl shit on herself, but she went away for the weekend and he froze to death in the septic tank? He couldn't get
Oh
out.
my! Wait,
Maybe
why
look
do
it
you
up.
see someone poo in a poo tank? I don't.
It's because you're looking up.
Oh, like in a camping one.
No, it's in like a
drop
Japanese
toilet.
one. It was like a public toilet or
Oh, like a
something
drop
that.
hole.
Yeah, drop hole. And he
Oh.
forced himself in to look up and then couldn't get out and then froze.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
froze
that's
to
how
death.
he died.
So,
Jeez.
yeah. I mean,
What a
there's
way to
TikTok
go.
about it.
That's Sebo.
That is Sebo.
Well, not if I get up.
Well, if it doesn't get up, you freeze in the
Make sure people know where you are, mate.
Yeah. We'll be
Also,
checking in.
another related note, you went back to the Turkish bread statement.
Yep.
Emre Gula is the only Turkish player playing. He's paying $8.50 anytime try scorer.
Do we all just go separate bet on him? $8.50
Yeah, it's
anytime?
Turkish
It's
bet.
a Turkish
Turkish
bread bet.
bread.
100%.
Anytime,
Anytime $8.50.
one full yoon
Yeah, fucking oath.
on Emre Gula.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we all have $10 on Emre
Yeah,
Gula.
on Emre
Just
Gula.
fucking-
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, easy.
Yep.
Easy.
Lippy, Raiders -6.5, Hudson Young, Tarpanay 15.27. Tarpanay is back, yes. 15.27.
Cool. We move on to the last game of the round, Eels Dogs. Where are the fucking numbers here? The Eels are favourite $1.44, Dogs $2.75. That is at CommBank, Knee Bank West, steepest stadium in the land. Line 7.5. Over under 42.5 points. Rando.
It's going to be 23 degrees and dry on Sunday at CommBank. The Eels, they have won 5 of their last 6 against the Dogs. They've won their last 3 against the Dogs at CommBank and haven't lost a Sunday fixture against the Dogs since 2009. The points handicap is what intrigues me. Only 2 of the last 10 Dogs-Eels games have gone over the points handicap, with the average total points between these two teams being 34. So that 42.5 is very juicy. I'm thinking of an unders here. For try scorers, I do like Eddie's boyfriend, Will Penasini, for the Eels. He scored in each of his 2 games against the Dogs. The Dogs' left side defence is their weakest, conceding 40% of their tries. We saw Trell and Graham rip them to shreds, scoring 6 down that side. And Braden Burns enters there with Josh Adokar out. So it's going to be a new look edge there defensively for the Bulldogs. So I think Penasini bags a try.
Lovely. Now, with this game, like the Eels, right? They're favourites, and that's all good. And the Dogs got fucking pounded in the ass last week, and that's all good. But they've got some boys coming back this week. The Dogs. I'm pretty sure that Billy Kicks is back. I think Pangai Jr. starting in the front row, Fatala Mariner in the back row. So they've got some of their big, thick dicks coming back into the side, and the Eels basically lost to the Tigers. Like, that's a loss. They won, but it's a loss, right? Because the Tigers almost beat you. I'm still not selecting a winner here, but I'm just a little more confident in the Dogs, and I'm also excited about the opportunity to wrangle a Kicks this weekend. A big Billy Kicks. So what I'm doing is I'm just throwing in an ATS monster odds machine one here, which, you know, who the fuck knows if it's going to happen, but it's a game where I got no idea what's going to happen. So I've gone Billy Kicks and Preston Eddie, our boy from the hill at Manly.
I know him.
And then I've gone Pensini because of, you know, you're a friend of mine and you're going out with him. So he is a friend of mine just by virtue of the fact that you guys are dating. And then some dribbler sent us something about Bryce Cartwright the other night that I barely read, but it was interesting.
Brycey C scored a couple times.
Brycey C scored. I think he scored on the weekend.
He's scoring off the back of fucking Moses' elite kicking game.
Yeah.
Is he starting?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So you go Preston, you go Billy Kicks, you go Brycey C, and you go Eddie's BF Pensini, 65.95. Monster odds, but
I don't fucking hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I don't like the kick out part though.
Well, I know, but that's the part.
But
that
it gets you that juice.
It's exciting.
Gets you that juice.
Preston's been scoring tries for fun.
Yeah, but kick out pre-injury. I mean, more pre this season. He would score every time. Yeah,
pre-dogs.
Yeah. But
he's due though. He hasn't scored for the Dogs yet.
He's playing outside Burton. You know, I think he'll open up at some point and start scoring.
You would think. You would think. I've gone pretty simple for this final game of the round, punters and dribblers. Obviously, me and Will Penasini dating. Obviously, he goes in. And just to spice things up a little bit, we're going to invite Mr. Shin Tat himself, Gotho, 579.
Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
I am going Eddie's BF as well, Penasini. I just want to get to know him a little bit more. He's
a great guy.
Yeah, he just seems like a great guy. You guys are getting on well. I just want to, make friends with one of my mate's boyfriends. And then Sivo goes in because he just goes in all the time for me. It's 436, but again, just get your units and get the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, was it Penasini I invited to Fred's and they got stood up?
Yeah.
I think one of Ruby's friends heard me spinning that yarn and thought I was legitimately stood up by Will Penasini at Fred's. She's like, did that happen? Like, what was that
Oh,
like?
my God, dude.
How do I explain that?
Yeah. How do I explain what I do for a job at 33 years old?
Where do I start?
Dating rugby league players. That is the games. Now, before we get to our unit scoopers.
Para head-to-head, Sivo, Gutho, over 42.5, $29. Oh, Sivo first try scorer. Gutho anytime, over 42.5.
Yeah,
Bit to happen.
Cool, bit to happen. Before we get to our unit scooper and our 10 to 10,000, we are going to go to Rando for his bet of the week and also his hot boys, which can be put into an anytime try scorer multi or just enjoyed at your own behest, punters and dribblers. So, Rando?
Starting with my best bet, my three favourite winners for the weekend is the Storm. They've won 8 of their 9 Friday night games against Manly. They've also won 6 of their last 7 against Manly, so chuck them in there. Raiders, they've got a great record against the Dragons at home. They've only lost twice in the last 22 years to them. So chuck them in. And then Para, I'm looking for them to get back-to-back wins. They've won 5 of the last 6 against Dogs, haven't lost a Sunday fixture to them since 2009. So you put those 3 together, you get $3.34 odds, which is great value, I believe, for those 3 bets. Then we get straight into the hot boys, starting with Jermaine Asako, the leading NRL try scorer, along with the hammer. He scored 8 tries this season. The Rabbitohs, they've leaked 7 tries to right edge attacks. So chuck Asako in there. Cameron Munster, the hottest man in the comp right now. I think he's the only player to play half the season and be undefeated. Scored in each of his last 3. Scored 3 in last 3 against Manly and scored 3 last time at fullback, so chuck him in. Murray Taulagi, arguably the best looking man in Townsville. He returns to his place of birth and has scored in 7 of his last 8 with Scotty Too Hotty feeding him tries. And then to finish it off, my lock of the week, Brian To'o. He's so hot right now, he's been forced to wear headgear. Knights are conceding most of the tries to right wingers. The Panthers' right side attack is absolutely humming, scoring most of their points. So Jermaine Asako, Cam Munster, Murray Taulagi and Brian To'o. Those are my hot boys for round 7.
What happens if you put them all in?
Yeah,
Have you
that's
got
what
the
I'm
odds
thinking.
like
I haven't done that. No, I'm not too
Jesus
far.
Rando, come on.
Fucking hell.
What the fuck is going on here? We will give him an opportunity to do that, and whilst he does do that, we'll get to our unit scoopers. I'll kick things off. I am doing a smoothie. Obviously, I've started the smoothie craze. You look at everyone else's bets. Everyone's trying to take a bit of smoothie and add it into their life, and that's nice. I like to see that I'm changing the culture. I've got Cambo Graham anytime.
I think
no, it's okay. Let me finish. No.
You know what I think's actually happened?
Listen, what
is
I'm
that
saying,
you've
I've changed the
come
culture.
back to what we used to
No,
do,
I've
particularly Sebo.
been a smoothie guy. I started the smoothie. You guys
You
bought
started
me.
at any time try score.
I started the smoothie. We know it, and that's all right, guys. You can fucking hold me on your shoulders, hold me aloft every once in a while. I'm happy to see you guys having a crack. Cambo Graham.
I'll tell you what, decide. I'll interrupt you. I started the Ozaki 8 and I got it the first time I went for it. You've never got a smoothie. So whoever gets the fucking smoothie, you're going to
That doesn't mean you don't have to get it to invent it.
Everyone put it together. Yeah, you put the name there.
You don't have to get to invent it. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
You
sense.
do.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
You do.
Doesn't make sense. Although it kind of does.
Everyone,
That's like being like, I fucking one day I want to fly. Like, you're not the Wright brothers, bro.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I invented it. I've got the idea. I've drawn the design.
everyone did ATSs.
I've drawn the designs, and now everyone's
Your
trying
designs
to fucking copy me.
stink. They don't work.
I'm Da Vinci.
They don't work until
Da
you
Vinci
get one.
essentially came up with the helicopter. But, obviously before it worked, I farted. Apologies. Cambo Graham anytime.
You are
Jackson
disgusting.
Paulo anytime. Xavier Coates anytime. Dill Edwards the Ghost anytime. And Reece Hotboy Walsh anytime. 5 try scorers. It's a medium-sized
That's not a smoothie.
Yes, it is.
I think a
started
smoothie,
it.
like an Ozaki 8.
Smoothies
eight.
Cunt,
Like
we
an
were talking
Ozaki
about it before about it being a medium smoothie. You were even saying the Lippy got a medium smoothie.
A smoothie in its
Official
purity
smoothie
is a
eight.
try score in every
It's a
game.
medium
Otherwise, you just say, okay, so 3
smoothie.
try scorers, that's a smoothie. Like
Nah,
any
it's not
try
a
scorers
smoothie.
is a smoothie.
5 is more than half the fucking game.
Official smoothie is 8.
You haven't got a smoothie bet until you get 8 and a try score in every game. That's
Yeah,
a
if you
smoothie.
just get 5, that's not doesn't deserve
That's
a
what
name.
that's what you used to do until you started going, fuck, I'm not going to hit one, and I'm
Mate, I
falling
almost
off a
got
cliff.
fucking 7 from 8. Reece Walsh fucked me. Cambo Graham, Jackson Paulo, Xavier Coates, Casper, Reece Walsh, 53-67.
Nice granola bet.
Granola's good.
Hammer, Mulatalo, To'o,
Say,
Sivo, Walsh,
smoothie.
30-11.
It's a what are those? Is that like one of those bowls? What are they?
Yeah, it's
Acai
acai
bowl. It's an
bowl.
acai
Yeah.
bowl.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's a healthy option. Acai bowl. What's yours, Eddie?
I just said it.
Well, you can say it again.
Hammer, Mulatalo, To'o, Sivo, Walsh.
Nice
30-11.
acai bowl. I like
Thanks.
that.
Thanks, mate.
I also went to acai bowl. AJ and Graham, so it's the same game. So double up on the peanut butter. Mulatalo, Tungo, Cobo, and Sivo, 41-34. Just trying to get a little bit healthier.
That's a Sato bowl.
Yeah.
Or a Sa'i bowl.
It's an acai.
Oh, Akai bowl.
Acai.
Acai
Yeah,
bowl,
yeah.
yeah.
We aren't sure on the pronunciation. The Lippy.
AJ, Katoa, Hamole, Kossi, Taruva, Cobo, Sivo, 95-80. Thursday night is Rando in the 10 into 10,000.
He's been working for us mostly, so I'm going to take Campbell Graham as my 10 to 10, 100K, 10 to 10K.
Get it out.
I'm getting it out. You would have seen there that I originally had a Sarko, but I don't trust myself doing a double up there. So to get bad juju out of the way, Campbell Graham, chuck him in.
Yep.
What's he paying?
He's paying $2.35.
Love me some Cambo. Who's doing Friday, Sebo?
I'm on Friday going to Mulatalo. He doesn't let me down. Let's keep that train going. Thank you. $2.05.
Yep. I am going the Ghost, Dylan Edwards, 255. There's a part of me when I speak the words, that thinks 4 tries almost rules him out of a try this week, but I'm taking him 255.
I went on my boyfriend Sunday. My boy, Penasini, 275.
There you go.
You guys should get those little, what are those bands everyone used to wear? With
Friendship bracelets?
Friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good idea.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That's us, punters and dribblers. Shout out to Neds. Make sure if you have a punt, doing it with Neds, do it responsibly. Thank you to Rando, Eddie, Sebo, everyone for watching, tuning in. I'm really excited for me this week, and I think you all should be too. So, ciao for now.